The Rock Island Housing Authority is a successful, viable business. It provides quality housing for the citizens of Rock Island.
Is to provide the better housing in Rock Island, and therefore it betters the city. And that's it entirely. If we can do that, then we're helping the city, we're helping the residents, and everybody's living a good life.
We are our brother's keeper.
Provide quality housing for the residents of Rock Island. And if you can do it so they become homeowners in that process and get into quality housing as homeowners, it's amazing.
If you're about the business of being a good citizen, trying to do better for yourself, this is a great place to be.
Well, I started in 1984 as alderman for City Rock Island, and I was a second ward alderman. And during that time, we had some big challenges. When I came on, we had International Harvester closing, which was a big, terrible thing for the community. And we also had some housing problems as far as upkeep of our current housing programs, and we had Arsenal courts then at that time. So it was a challenge to try to balance figures to make a better living for people of Rock Island in the housing industry.
People just weren't happy. The residents weren't happy with the things that were happening with management at the Housing Authority. There was a large fire 2 days after I started at the Housing Authority in which 2 children were killed, and it was pretty traumatic, and that really brought to the surface a lot of dissatisfaction between the residents and the community, what was happening at the Housing Authority.
We all can go back to when people think of public housing in the 50s and 60s, it was the stackable rows of public housing.
And I used to hear my parents just say, that's terrible. It's warehousing people and you're building them on top of people. I didn't get the whole thing, but just how it was caged in. And during those times, you had the Cabrini Greens where people were stacked on top of each other.
We really stopped and looked at what we were doing and thinking we needed to improve, the way we were serving and doing our customer service, getting our work done, making people accountable for things that they were doing. And we needed to work at our resident relations quite a bit.
As kids, we didn't understand that we lived in public housing. We just thought we lived in a community of families. My father and my mother, we moved into a house after living in public housing for years. And, my brothers, which is 7 of us, 4 of us went to college. A few of us graduated. One's a lawyer. One became a councilman. 3 of my brothers own their own business. And I have a brother that's a police officer. So if that's not a diverse group of people that grew up in public housing, I don't know what it is.
The quality, affordable housing that we're providing is being provided to people who are going to be good citizens and good neighbors.
As time went on with different rules and regulations that came along with the public housing system, I think in a way it broke down. It came to a point it was more single family environment versus a family environment. But I think now we're trying to bring that family environment back.
I had been on Section 8 for quite a while, and Roxana Gardner, who is the manager of the program, she asked me if I was interested in home buying. And Matt didn't think that was within my scope of something that I could achieve, and I had never really thought about having that kind of responsibility. I think that's a great program for somebody that is like me, that never would have had that opportunity without this. So that was one of my goals in life, was to hopefully have that, and now I do.
I'm a military vet. I was in Desert Storm. I had a substance abuse problem. I fell down the dumps. I needed a place to go. And I went to talk to a couple of people, and they got me into Spencer Towers. And since then, I've become sober for 15 months now, and everything's working out.
I'm on the Section 8 program. I found out it just by word of mouth. I've heard my friends talk about it, you know, like they'll help you with your rent, and I thought it was a great program to help me, you know, get through college. I've earned a bachelor's degree, you know, since I've been on the Section 8 program, and I've been able to obtain a full-time job. I would like to work on my master's degree, you know, so that I can become more self-sufficient. That way I can be off the Section 8 program and maybe looking to buy in a house.
I made a big change in my life about 2 years ago. I was with my son's dad, and I decided that I wasn't happy anymore, and so I went out on my own. And the first year was really rough. And then I ended up being able to move into Sunset Heights, which was a lifesaver. And I've been there ever since, trying to better myself and figure everything out.
I was divorced, 6 months pregnant with my 2 teenagers. Unfortunately, we had to live in a hotel room for about 2 weeks. And due to a lot of support from the community, we got through that situation. And being at the Housing Authority allowed me to take that time to get to work, help raise my kids, and my 18-year-old, now 19, has graduated from Rocky and he's now in college. My daughter, she's into modeling and she's doing well. She's got a year left, well actually a year and a half left at Rocky. And I'm working at a furniture store right now. Also, great news, I have been accepted into Linden Lane, and that is great news. Our family is so grateful for that.
I think what CHS has done is created a mechanism that we will provide a start for you, a very good start, a start you can be proud of, and a start that you can establish roots on. But then you will evolve and move on. But the basis will always need to be there for that next person that needs that start. So I think in today's modern age of public housing, it is not generational living. It's providing a good, solid foundation so that they can take themselves to the next level.
You know, the Housing Authority is a landlord. We own property and, you know, provide, you know, a rental service. But beyond that, we felt the need to provide some self-sufficiency opportunities for people.
The Housing Authority isn't there just to provide you housing or to keep you there. It's truly a launching pad. It's the foundation that while you're here, it provides you quality housing. I love the aspect that it's just not in one community, that you spread out, because if you put all poor people that have never realized what a neighborhood is, it'll never grow and it'll never prosper. So the thought of having affordable housing everywhere was amazing to me.
A lot of people don't realize that the Housing Authority is not only doing so much good within this community, but it is recognized nationally for what is accomplished. There is a ridiculous wall of awards within the Rock Island Housing Authority. They've received awards on a national basis, on a regional basis, on a state basis. The executive director has, the special programs have, different personnel have, different projects that they have received awards. It is an exceptional housing authority.
The opportunities are tremendous, you know, from people getting a GED to taking work experience, you know, being, you know, we've got training sessions on financial literacy, how to be a good neighbor, how to take care of your home, just, you know, all sorts of things that have been very helpful for people.
When you look at the development of Cascade Gardens, the fact that you have a beautiful, affordable place for people with disabilities, it's just a wonderful community, and it's a place that makes you want to live there. Linden Lane, which is going to be absolutely beautiful, and it changes the whole dynamics of that community.
I think it was 27 families became homeowners out of that project, and who would have seen that?
I know in our neighborhood, in the morning, if one person starts their lawnmower, you're going to hear 4 or 5. But so you learn from your neighbors, and I think the things that Rock Island Housing Authority is doing is teaching people how to be a community.
There will always be a need for public housing, and within the city of Rock Island, we recognize that. But one of the things I'm very proud of that we do at the Rock Island Housing Authority and CHS is when we create the environment for people to live in, they can take great pride in what they have. And as a commissioner on the Housing Authority and a board member of CHS, I take great pride in that.
Kudos to the previous and to the past board members, because they've been through the good times and the hard times. I'm excited. I've gotten in on the tail end of great things, and I'm excited to be here. So I just think we're going to start now and grow beyond that.